Clientele, the last one, let's talk about them. It's a direct distributor of life insurance, hospital cover, and legal cover products. So you're getting a sense already, this one's positioned in the slightly lower end of the market. They have all those ads on daytime television on SABC. Who watches that stuff? Imagine. 4.4 billion rand market cap. It's controlled by the Hollard Group, and in particular the Hollard Group controlling shareholder, which is the Enthoven family. Market cap I've given you already. Price to earnings ratio, yeah, about 15 I see on the recent results. Dividend yield of 4.7%. So Viv, this one you can see from the charts, the chunkiness of the moves is not all that liquid, because the Enthoven family owns, I think, 70 or 80% of it. Yeah. But it's done well. I mean, operationally, it's done very good numbers. Huh?
Yeah, look, it has done reasonably well. I have looked at the chart today, and I could see there was almost no trade happening. It is a very chunky trade again. And you can even see here when you have periods in which the price remains unchanged for quite a long time. So you are going to see a situation here where if you want to get into the less liquid, the least liquid of the companies, is the one to go for.
Because the problem is they are often, you see the last traded price, but to actually get any meaningful line of stock, you have to pay up, by R1 or 2 a share, which seems crazy because, they may just settle down again after you've done your purchase. As far as that space, though, is concerned, I mean, funeral insurance is really another name for life insurance. And the receiving beneficiaries are, of course, the people that want to organize the funeral. Legal cover, the sort of Scorpion legal aid, Clientele legal aid. Those are the ads that are sold on the television. And that's, where relatively modest income people have the services of a lawyer or an advisor in certain circumstances. That product sells really well, though, in this country.
It does. A funeral cover, especially, I know it's very popular in this country. Due to the culture, people like to have very expensive funerals, even if they have very low incomes. So you could basically, if you had to not have a cover, life insurance wouldn't cover it at the time because it takes a bit more time for it to come through. Whereas funeral cover is immediate payouts, and it's more suited to the kind of expenses you'll have around a funeral.
Okay, so what you're saying is these are the sort of people who don't have issues with the wrapping up of their estate.
No.
All they need is a check, preferably in cash, for a funeral which needs to be held on Friday.
Yeah, 50, 100,000 rands to basically cover the expenses, pay for the food, the undertaker, etc., etc. It's quite smart in terms of that they understand the economy in which they work, in the market in which they're working, and they're able to provide products that people want as opposed to bringing this outside model in.
And the Hollard Group, very entrepreneurial, lots of partnerships. I wouldn't be surprised to learn that Clientele is in fact the insurer with all of their joint ventures, with all of these organizations and stokvels and burial societies and soccer clubs and so on and so forth. So your sense on this one, a little bit illiquid. What are you going to go for? Hot, not?
Not hot, just because it's illiquid. If you're an investor getting into it, you could be in a situation like this here where you have these dramatic falls, even though the stock overall hasn't changed that much. And if you are in that situation as a retail investor, it might be a bad thing to get into.
Yeah, okay, good. But I'm going to go for hot anyway.